Hey everybody, I'm currently here in Sighisoara, Romania, inside the Túnel de Ceas, which is the tower, clock tower. I would translate it lightly in English. So it's actually a makeshift museum and it looks pretty cool. You know, you start over there at the bottom, you work your way up. So we're just gonna float around for a little bit here and let you all see what it looks like inside this museum. It's a very antique museum. Everything is creaking, but these are all obviously the authentic and original floors of this museum. And even these vases are authentically made in this part of the world. So Transylvania was a former district that connected the Hungarian Empire with the Romanian principalities. So before the unification of Romania, there were districts throughout the country that basically represented the people groups here. And so this is what it all looks like. If y'all have the chance to come out here, you know, this is very Germanist, looking. There's quite a bit of, this Saxon influence in this part of Romania. And so this is what it looks like midway up into the tower, the clock tower. So imagine, the Clock Tower of London, when it was being built throughout, some of these historical sites throughout the world. This clock tower is actually older than the one in London. And as y'all can see, everything is authentic. Like, they're not, reproduced or anything. That's what makes this whole place very interesting and worth the visit. Throughout Western Europe, most of Western European artifacts are kept in a vault because they're a part of the national history. But in Eastern Central Europe, they're not kept in a vault. They're in a full display. So all of these are 100% from this part of the world, and they were actually used during the time that they were produced. So with that said, please check us out on Face Economics TV on our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel. We want to make sure that we expose the hidden gems and treasures of Central and Eastern Europe that weren't available in the past. We want to basically promote tourism where, some of these places have never been thought about, for people to go to. We're going to be heading up the steps towards the tower, and y'all will see this beautiful, magnificent view up on the tower. I'm going through these windy concrete steps, so check that out. They're actually, solid concrete. And they're original, obviously. And we're just gonna keep on climbing. But again, if you guys have never seen a medieval castle, medieval town, or medieval, colonies in the past, come on out to Sighisoara, Romania. It's in the Transylvania region. It's a mixture of Romanian and German influence throughout the history of this principality. With that said, my name is Al Mina. I'm the author and concept originator of Face Economics, the utilization of the social media platform in economic development. So never in human history was social media a part of civilization. So we're fusing old medieval civilization with today's modern tools to promote history, tourism, economic development, and rapid capacity building through education. So learn about Romania, learn about Transylvania, learn about the history of this world and this part of the country, and enjoy things that you uncover, I mean, I've traveled here a few times already, and it never ceases to amaze me the things that I learn just through travel. With that said, my name is Al. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tell your friends to come out here, visit Romania, and learn about this part of the world. It's definitely worth coming out here. There's quite a bit of steps leading up to this portion of the country, portion of the citadel, because it's actually a fortress. This whole area was developed by the Germans as a fort. So it was a citadel specifically created to fend off invaders. So as you all navigate your way around the citadel, you will see that there are quite a bit of barricades surrounding this section of the small community that were predominantly German back then. All right, so we're climbing a few more steps, and as I mentioned, these are all original. You won't see a whole lot of medieval castles and medieval clock towers outside of Eastern Europe. So with that said, I believe we're at the top. We're going to get ready to go inside. Oh, okay. I just saw that there's the whole system. This is the clock system that is still in service. It still works. See that? So imagine, during the glory days of this clock tower, what it looked like, especially back then. It's pretty amazing and impressive. Okay. Again, my name's Al. I'm not a professional vlogger. I just enjoy learning about new things and sharing what I've come across with the public. Let's all try to share what we learn through our travels, through our reading, and anything that would be of value to humanity, because for the longest time, the reason there's so many poor countries out there, so many, problems with societies, because the lack of education and awareness. And so that's something that we're trying to combat now. We're trying to use social media to influence, the world and our family and friends and communities. All right, so this is what it looks like up here. So very Baroque, medieval looking, wooden carvings. And that's what people see from this little window down to the street. So people can see that. I guess it changes. And look at that. This is an original slab of concrete with written, I'm not sure, I can't really read it, but it's, I imagine, profiling this clock tower. And all right, we've reached the summit. We're at the top, and we're gonna go outside so y'all can see the main street looking up to this medieval tower. All right, so y'all can hear that? All right. So this is part of the history and culture of these people that lived in Sighisoara, Romania, in the Transylvania region. Y'all hear that? So that's the clock, and this is what it looks like up here at the clock tower. So we're gonna do a quick walk around so y'all can see the view of this town from up here. Tower, old clock tower, and there's some mannequins displayed also. How about that site? That's pretty fascinating, you know. The things that you see in this part of Romania, this is Transylvania that you see just from the clock tower. And this is, again, what I mentioned, a medieval clock tower, hundreds of years old. And it's 435 meters up from the tallest point. And they have these references because the land where the tower sits is actually below some of the highest peaks, and you know, below the plains, the level plains of the country. So it's pretty interesting. Anyhow, this is what it looks like up here, the clock tower in Sighisoara, Romania. All right, so if you're squeamish with heights, you're gonna have a quite interesting experience looking down from the tower. But I've been to various, you know, castles and towers throughout Europe, but this is the first medieval tower that I got to visit that gives you a panoramic view of the town. So my first visit here a few years ago, I wasn't able to come up the tower, it was closed. So today we're up here just checking out this magnificent medieval clock tower. You will never see this kind of architecture anywhere in the world, just because, you know, during the wars of Europe, some of these structures were taken down and blown away basically by invading forces. So some of them are no longer around and visible, but this place is well protected and well fortified. It's a citadel, so it's a, you know, fortress almost, and you can see the whole city from the top of this tower. And those are two German churches up there. We actually visited them as well, but I thought we profiled this clock tower specifically because we want to upload it on our channel, on our YouTube channel, to give you guys a flavor of what to expect when you come up here, and also, you know, just take in the sights of this beautiful town. It's very medieval looking, you know. I mean, with all the development going on, who knows how much longer these towns will be preserved, you know, because eventually, you know, they'll be turned into, you know, development and buildings. So, but make sure to tell your friends and family about Sighisoara, Romania, and have them come and visit this part of the world, learn about the history here. If you're into historical, medieval, type of subjects, this is a perfect place for you guys to indulge about history and well-preserved sites throughout the world. I believe this is actually a UNESCO site, so you'll be able to read up on it. With that said, thank you for joining me. I appreciate the time that y'all spent with me to give you a quick tour of the Citadel Chas, or Turnul de Chas, which is the clock tower in English, I believe. So, with that said, I hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas and a blessed New Year. Until we meet again, la rivedere. Papa.